Hey, Meta Church, we just wanted to take a quick moment and share with you an amazing opportunity we have this month.
Yeah, we've been invited by the Washington Houses. And if you're unfamiliar with the Washington Housing Council, it's a set of low-income housing projects run by the New York City Housing Authority, right where our church used to meet on 99th Street. And it's about 11 buildings, 4,000 residents. But every year at Christmas time, they do a huge Christmas drive where they provide toys and gifts, free haircuts for kids and the residents of the community. And so they're doing something similar this year, although it's going to look a little bit different because of COVID. But they've invited us to be a part. And what they let us know is that every year the toys and the gifts for the children are always accounted for. But they asked if we'd be willing to do something special this year and something different. And what they asked for specifically is for us to help participate or help kind of provide as much warm clothing, winter clothing, or blankets as we could for the residents. And that might seem kind of odd, but here's the reason why. In these buildings, they don't have control over their heat. And so every winter, many of the residents complain about the fact that their apartment is so cold and there's nothing that can be done about it because it's not run or controlled by themselves. Where, us and you more than likely can adjust the thermostat and adjust the temperature in your own home. You don't even have to think about it. And so they asked if we'd be willing to help provide warm blankets that they could use to give away to residents. So that way they can at least stay warm in their home during the brutal winter months of here in New York City.
Yeah, 2020 has been so hard for so many of us. But when you think about it, not very many of us have had to worry about us not being warm enough or our loved ones not being warm enough. We've all been so consumed with the health of ourselves and our loved ones, but we've never had to worry that our loved one is going to get sick because they're cold.
Right.
And so this is an opportunity for us as a church community to kind of wrap our arms around another community and fill a very simple need, but in a very significant way.
Absolutely. And so here's how you can be involved. You can either purchase blankets yourself or a blanket or whatever to be donated, and we'll send out some details about when we want to collect those and when we need those by. Or you can give. We've designated a Christmas fund. It says Christmas 2020 if you go to meta.church/give, and you can give there. And all the money that we receive in that account is going to go directly to purchasing blankets and warm winter clothing that can be given to these residents and distributed to them. In years past, we've done a Christmas offering that's been about Meta Church and the things that God's doing in our church. This year, we're not doing that. This year, we've decided against that. But this is an opportunity for us to redirect our attention, our resources, and our efforts toward people in need. So I want to invite you to be a part of it. Again, you can purchase blankets on your own, or you can donate meta.church/give to Christmas 2020, and we'll make sure it gets taken care of. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it. And we're excited to tell more about what happens in the coming weeks.